Hey folks, man, this is Monk, and we are back with another From the Canopy film show. And I'm joined as always my co-host. We got Bobby Blockbuster.
Yo.
And we got Cornelius, aka Evil Corny.
What's up?
Yeah, man. How's it going, bros?
All good on my side.
That's what's up, man. Well, I'm a little distracted real quick. I'm just gonna edit this name real quick. But I do got a lot of news this week. It's gonna be fast though. So there's a bunch of stories, but they're quick little quips. So let's start off with this. So it's been reported that Justin Lin is no longer going to direct Fast and Furious 10, and I'm a little bit worried. I don't know, but he will remain on as a producer. So he's also directed some of the better ones of the series that I can think of, But yeah, so he said, with the support of Universal, made a difficult decision to step back as director of Fast X or Fast 10, while remaining with the project as a producer. Over 10 years and 5 films, we have been able to shoot the best actors, best stunts, and the best damn car chases. On a personal note, as a child of Asian immigrants, I am proud of helping to build the most diverse franchise in movie history. I will forever be grateful to the amazing cast, crew, and studio for their support and for welcoming me into the Fast family. Production had just begun on a 10th installment, and while the film will continue shooting some second unit footage, insiders say production will take a brief pause while execs and producers look to find Lin's replacement. And I don't know, maybe F. Gary Gray might have some time.
How many did he do?
He did 5 of them, Justin Lin.
From like Tokyo Drift on?
Yeah, he did. He did Fast and Furious. He did Fast 9. He did Fast 5, and then he did Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift and Fast 6.
Oh, that's
Fast Furious 6. Yeah, that's 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then he directed Star Trek Beyond, which is a good Star Trek film.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's got another project he's working on, or he's just like, I'm gonna go chill out with my family now. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm wondering who they're gonna replace him with. I'm surprised Vin Diesel ain't directing one at this point.
No. Yeah, we don't need to start doing it in spirit. Yeah.
As many of these damn movies he's done been around, he should know the formula.
Yeah, let Michael Bay come in. do them car chases with them droney drones.
Woo! Hey, that would be the craziest
Why
one.
not?
I think Michael Bay got more stuff lined up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, but yeah, I think maybe it might, if Gary Gray is there next, because he was in one of the most successful ones, like money wise. The ones, I forgot which one. It might have been like 8 or something like that.
Oh,
Fast,
or
7. It was the one with the submarine. Yeah,
that was 7. That was 7.
Yeah, he did the submarine one, and that was the biggest movie that year, I believe, as far as ticket sales. Let me see my next story. It's been revealed the Batman 2 is a go at Warner Brothers with Matt Reeves and Robin Pattinson on again. Shout out to El Goro, talk about Rhythm podcast, and he made a suggestion. It would be a good time to bring in Robin.
Yeah,
if you want to mix this franchise up, and I agree, because we haven't seen Robin but one time in how many movies? And I think Pattinson's Batman is crazy enough that would be a unique thing to have him dealing with. I think that'd be cool, man.
Well, and the way his dynamic goes, it looks like he needs a friend. You know what I mean?
A friend or someone to torment. Depending on how you look at it. Like I've always liked the really cold Batman origin. I think Jim Lee did a run years ago where he did a run of Batman, and it was just Batman being a total dick to Dick Grayson, like bringing him up as soon as he brought him in, he had my man in the Batcave with the rats, like eating cold meals and shit just to toughen him up. I was like, yo, this is
was that Frank Miller All-Star Batman and Robin?
Frank Miller wrote it. It was when they were doing the All-Star. And it was just, I was like, wow, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like if this is messed up, dude. If you when he get protective services and shit. It was just a wild, it wasn't a good look, man.
Correction, Cory. F. Gary Gray directed Fast 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's a submarine one. And so we got that. Also, Avatar 2 gets a title. It's going to be called Avatar 2: The Way of Water. And next week we should be expecting a trailer. They actually had a 3D teaser trailer that was shown at CinemaCon last week. So they're saying
it was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday? All right.
Yeah.
So they're saying I think next week we're going to get a look at the first Avatar 2 teaser trailer.
Oh,
I'm hyped for that.
But the other way you're gonna see it is it's in 3D.
Yeah.
With Doctor Strange.
So
you have to see.
All right.
Yeah.
that's good. That's working in tandem because Avatar is now a Disney product.
Yeah.
Hey, works if you work it.
So Venom 3 has been greenlit by Sony. Everybody's been waiting for that. You got to complete the trilogy, yo. We done started, so we got to finish it. We got to bring it home.
I mean, but what are they gonna do with it though?
Who knows? That's not even the point. That's never the point. That's never the question. What are we gonna do? The question is, are we going to do it? And we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
Tell me how it is.
I'm curious to see, like, I mean, you already brought up Carnage, so like,
you're not thinking like a Hollywood producer.
That's true.
You don't care about how or what. You just think about if we can.
Yeah.
And once we can, we figure it out later. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're probably getting script pages the day of on Venom 2.
Please.
So,
y'all liked the first Venom and didn't like the second one. Right?
I didn't like the second one. I didn't like the second.
I didn't like the first one.
Yeah, they missed the mark on the second one. That's why I'm like, how what y'all gonna do?
Other Sony news, we've got a new film announced called El Muerte. And this film is going to be another, I guess, Spider-Man villain, but this is weird, but they're making a movie about him. And the crazy part about him is he's a wrestler that Spider-Man's fought.
A wrestler?
Yeah, a luchador.
Oh wow!
So,
I know Spider-Man was doing cage matches in his off time.
Yeah, so I don't know the story of El Muerto. Some people say he's a newer character, and I don't know, but they're going to make this movie, and it's going to be starring Bad Bunny, which is wild. He's going to play. So it's in development. This comes out CinemaCon also. So El Muerto, aka Juan Carlos, was a superpowered wrestler who originally fought Spider-Man in a charity wrestling match in which he nearly unmasked the web slinger before being stung by Spider-Man with the paralyzing poison. When did this happen? After his oppressor El Dorado came to claim his life, he was saved by Spider-Man, after which the two team up to defeat Dorado. So I don't even know when this took place in the Spider-Man but he's getting his own movie, starring Bad Bunny, and this is crazy to me. I think this is a little different than the other movies where we've been turning Spider-Man villains. I guess he started off as a villain, but the description says that he's not really a villain, they're just cool now. But it's different than turning like a Vulture into a movie, their own movie, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's just a Spider-Man character getting his own film, and I don't know.
Hey man, like I said, I always praise originality, and hey, take a shot. We've already gotten a lot of the high-profile villains, so why not go with this guy?
I feel like there's a lot of characters out there, and they're trying to make movies out of all.
Oh, this is a reach. It's definitely a reach, but hey, who knows?
Who knows? It might. I mean, if you really just ultimately giving me a superpower luchador, this could be entertaining. If you don't, if it's not relying on Spider-Man, maybe he gets into his own adventure. And I've seen Bad Bunny flirting with the wrestling world. I think he was in a WWE match before. I swear I've seen him. You know what I'm saying? I swear he was at one of these WrestleManias or some shit, man. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, got the belt.
Yeah. Bad Bunny came out. I think he did a dive into the ring. Yo, why is this dude's weird dude face coming up on all the ads like this? It's not synced up with his voice either. He's like playing games, talking about a game. But yeah, Bad Bunny came out like he's already flirt. Look at it, Booker T in the back. Is that Booker T? He's already flirting with this wrestling world. So let's
Hey.
yo.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Hey.
Let's go all in.
He's trying to embrace his
Yo.
character. Look at L off the top ropes. Bang bang.
Yo.
Look at him.
Yo, I'm here for it, man. I'm just curious to see where it goes, man. Let's see what happens, man.
Hey, that's all we can do.
I'm part of the problem.
Just tell me how it is, because I'm definitely not going to see it.
I'm part of the problem because it's superhero-dom. It's comic book-dom. I gotta see it.
And I got a soft spot for wrestling movies anyways, man.
I gotta see it.
Shoot.
Mhm.
That Mickey Rourke joint was banging. So, yeah, I'm on board. Why not?
I'm here for it. Anything else I got? Yeah, that's it. That's it on my news, man.
That's it.
Yeah, let's go. What
Right.
you got, Bob?
Oh man, I got one lone soldier today for the trailers. It's a film called Monstrous. It's going to drop for us on May 13th, 2022. Directed by Chris Silverstone. And as far as the synopsis goes, the story centers on a traumatized woman fleeing from her abusive ex-husband with her 7-year-old son. In their new remote sanctuary, they find they have a bigger, more terrifying monster to deal with. And it's gonna star for us Christina Ricci and Santiago Bernardo, Colleen Camp, and I don't know, Lee Temple. Only one I know is Christina Ricci, but it looks like it's going to be one of those kind of like Poltergeist-esque style films. It starts off looking all happy and hunky-dory.
I want real monsters, though.
I know, right?
Gotta
Yeah.
be spirits and ghosts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
But the cool thing about it,
in the flesh.
it looks like it's taking place like back in the day, like in the 60s, maybe late 50s, early 60s, from the style of the cars that they're driving and everything. So without it having that modern flow, we might get a little bit more old-fashioned scares. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on board for it. See what it
Got some pretty cool imagery in the trailer.
Yeah.
Christina Ricci is not aging. You know what I'm saying? She got the vampire blood.
Yeah, man. It seems like every time I see her in the next film, she's just a little slimmer than the time before. So whatever diet plan she's on, it's working. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, have y'all watched the series Yellow Jackets?
Nah, I heard about it.
Y'all need to watch. You need to watch her in that show.
What's that on?
Right now.
What's that on? Showtime?
It's on Showtime. Yeah,
I gotta watch that.
Y'all need to watch that show.
Showtime channel.
Yeah, she is good in that show.
Yeah, Showtime low key putting out more good stuff than HBO. HBO got their hits, but I think Showtime got more. Like the volume of the quality stuff that they're putting out, especially the documentary round, which reminds me, that'll be my third film.
Yeah.
So we'll check out what's the release date for Monstrous?
We got May 13th of this year.
Oh, that's soon.
Yeah.
In theaters or?
I want to say limited theater release, but it should be going to streaming. And because it dropped. I want to say in the United Kingdom.
It's already out there.
Yeah, it dropped. I want to say last year. Let me check this.
Okay.
March 12th. So it already got a release in other countries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to these reviews, man. I got two. Well, that's a good 3 things now because Bob reminded me of one other thing that I saw, but that one's gonna be quicker. So I'm gonna start with the Northman, and this is gonna be Robert Eggers' new film, and he did The Witch and The Lighthouse, which I'm very fond of. And in this film, it's a in this film, Prince Amuleth is on the verge of becoming a man when his father is brutally murdered by his uncle, who kidnaps the boy's mother. 2 decades later, Amuleth is now a Viking who raids Slavic villages. He soon meets a sorceress who reminds him of his vow, and the vow was to save his mother, kill his uncle, and avenge his father, after the thing happened. So here's an interesting fact that I learned after I watched this movie. So this story is based on the Norse myth, which actually Shakespeare borrowed from to make Hamlet. Like even our hero's name, Amleth, those letters are, if you move the H to the front of the A, is Hamlet spelled out. So, and Hamlet also is what the Lion King is based on.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
So the crazy thing about this film, just what I told you, that's pretty much the plot, the Lion King. You know what I'm saying? So that's all interesting facts. So so on one hand, this thing is definitely a it's not an original, totally original work. It's you know, but it is the original of the, you know, like it's crazy. Like this was the story that, you know, Lion King is
the original story is based on.
Yeah, I will say this, man. Like
cool.
Robert Eggers, he knows how to make a really nice looking film, dude. Like I can't take none of that away from him. The imagery is dope. The combat scenes are really crazy and brutal and violent. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as I got to the end of this, I kind of felt a little empty. You know, I feel like this was, you know, I feel like I got more from The Witch and The Lighthouse watching those as a viewer than I got from this film, you know, and maybe this feels like his big budget project that he got. So, you know, he did the two things the critics loved, and, you know, we adored. You know, I think we've all spoke highly of those films if you've seen The Witch or the Lighthouse. But then this would be like his Hollywood one to get the money, so he could go back to doing the smaller project.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But because it's kind of like it's like it has all the bells and whistles, but at the end it was like, all right, this is kind of straightforward. But me as a big film viewer, I've seen so much of this film in other films as well. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some of this stuff in Valhalla Rising, especially the violent combat. There is a dope scene where they actually show them ransacking the village. I thought that was cool, as well as some of the climax. The final battle was pretty dope, but at the same time, I'm like, this looks like the Lion King final battle or the final battle in Revenge of the Sith.
I know when we talked
really
about
in lava.
Yeah, the lava. Yes, that was dude. And
when we talked about, you said it hit heavy on the Conan notes.
Yo,
too.
it's
right?
Conan. The whole story is Conan. Like the way it starts off is like you get Conan bonding with his dad. You get this character bonding with his dad. Then the betrayal happens, and the Conan dudes run into the village, and it's kind of the same start. And then the kid runs off. But you know, it's so similar, all to the point where this is the part that got me the most. There's a scene in Conan where Conan finds his first sword, and dude, that happens in this movie, and I'm like, have you not seen Conan? I know you've seen Conan, but even, you know, it's crazy because I think he's seen Conan, because I think the director actually alluded to his movie being part Conan, part this and part that. You know what I'm saying? But maybe a newer generation is going to wow them a little bit more. But like I can't hate on what he put on the screen. Like that's there's some beautiful shots in there. I think it's worth a look see just for that. Like in the production value, the acting is solid, but it's also that hokey where you don't know, because this Viking is hundreds of years ago, but they've got this fake British speak that we see that people take on when we don't know exactly what the people are going to sound like, or in some sci-fi movies where they automatically just have the British accent and you're just like, I guess I'll go with that. You know,
right,
but,
yeah.
But,
how we're rocking.
Yeah, but I mean, it worked, but at the same time, I don't think it's one that, I mean, people are reacting really well to this. It just didn't wow me personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm never one to tell you not to check something out, but I think it delivers what it set out to do, but it's just not very deep or very rewarding at the end of the day for me. Like I said, I felt empty. I really didn't connect with the protagonist. Some of the decisions they made with his character just didn't make him so sympathetic to me. You know what I'm saying? When it was all said and done, but overall, like you want to see something, you're not out. It's few things that look as good as what's going on in this film right now. I think right now, if I'm going to put out like the best looking films I've seen so far in 2022, it's probably going to be this and Ambulance. Just what they've given me with the visuals and the camera, and this thing is brutal, man. If you want that 300 type action, it gives it to you. you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. Like, ever since I saw the trailer, I was all the way intrigued with this movie. But, you know, since we had our conversation, there is a lot of underlying stuff surrounding this film.
There's controversy, but I don't blame. It's a tricky situation, man. You know, because I feel like some of that stuff is out of the control of the director,
Some of it is.
But at the same time, when you make a film like this, you got to know that it's going to attract a certain type of audience. So
I mean, but we had a lengthy conversation about it, and that's why I'm not like, going out of my way to go to the theater to see it. I do want to see it, but some of
the crazy thing about it, though, at least on paper and leading up to this, I thought this would be the one that would get them the money, but apparently it's not doing that well. It made like $12.5 million opening weekend, and we know box office fall off drastically from that. So this thing has a $90 million budget. It's not going to make its money back, which is kind of strange because this should have been the one. Well, just with what we've seen people come to the theaters for,
it could be because it kind of has a stain on it. In other aspects, you know what I'm saying? And, I mean, we don't embrace that on this show. So if y'all want to know what we're talking about, you can go on Google and search it yourself. But the film does have a lot of kind of negative support. I guess is a nice way to put it. You
can't help who's going to watch your film, but at the same time, all right, I'm without speaking around it, but there are been. Just in the media, like white supremacists love Viking imagery, man, and that's something that I learned just from being a tattoo artist, man. They're drawn to these figures,
runes and all that.
Yeah, the runes, the Thor's hammer, the Iron Hammer, You see the Iron Eagle, like you see some of these things that these are the things that those people like to get tattooed. And if you go on the Twitterverse, like there's a really strange divide. Like a lot of those folks are caping so hard for this film, but at the same time, this film is kind of an examination of toxic masculinity. That's one of the things that Robert Eggers points out in the interviews and stuff. But here's one thing: what it's saying. I mean, ultimately, when you see how this character dies, he didn't have to make that choice. But the toxic masculinity, the whole avenging my father, he had it out. He had a chance to go away with this woman and have a family and live happily ever after. But he was so stuck on his revenge, and he ended up dying. Are
you spoiling this movie for me that I'm going to see next week?
If you've seen Hamlet, you know how the story ends. But what I'm saying is that point is pointing out. All right, on one end, you're showing us how bad toxic masculinity is, but on the other hand, you're making this shit look so badass and so cool, and so you know what I'm saying? Like it's rough, man.
I feel you. I mean, and I love films in this that take place in this time frame, especially in this world. But like everything that is surrounding this film, I was completely oblivious to. You know what I'm saying? Until we talk.
I mean, a lot of people aren't going to think about it. Like,
know.
But even me being aware of that did not stop me from seeing the film. Because like I said, I don't think Eggers made that with the intent to make something that all of these people would attach themselves. So it's like when all the right wingers attached themselves to American Sniper. You know what I'm saying? When that came out and helped that thing do great. But apparently it's not a lot of these guys because they didn't help this box office at all. Like you would have think they would all have came out and saw this film, but nah, they stayed home, for the most part.
Wow.
Yeah. But I would say see it, man. If you're curious and this is something like this that you would be interested in, then yeah, check it out, dude.
I'm definitely going to check it out, but I ain't going to pay to see it.
Because the guys.
Hey, Cory. Hey, Bob. Don't say
that. No, I mean, I'm not saying I'll not
when it starts streaming.
Theater wise, yeah, when it's streaming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, the guy is a great filmmaker. He's definitely someone that I keep my eye on. But it's kind of interesting. Like even with his own doubts, he still made this project, and it came out how it came out. It got received how it got received.
Well, if you look at, I think there's a lot of toxic masculinity in the Lighthouse too.
Yeah. There's but that's the funny of that film. It's just ironic. Like as shitty as that situation is, it's bad enough that they're in this supernatural place, but they're not helping themselves at all by being the way that they are.
Yeah, you just it worked better if you just work together.
Honestly, man. I think he probably just bit off more than he could chew, man. This would have been the Michael Bay film to make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should love
we would have had trees exploding.
Yeah, but it's like he tried to add all this gravitas to something that wasn't that complicated, man. This story is so straightforward, even though it's based on this myth and this legend or whatever. It's Lion King.
Yeah.
The Lion King is great, though. Don't get me wrong.
King is great.
Lion King is better than this. I will say that. So it's, Lion King is better than a lot of things, but it is what it is, man. It's solid. I my review for it, I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5. I think that's fair for what we got on the screen. It's not Eggers' best. If I'm going to rate it, it's probably going to be my least favorite of the Eggers films that he's put out so far.
Well, shit, that speaks volumes because, like you said, this is your least favorite, but this is supposed to be the most high profile.
Yeah, it's definitely high profile.
At the same time, Eggers only made 3 films, so that's
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what is next one. I think he's working on a Nosferatu project.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that one.
Based on the old, the German production. So we'll see. Maybe he's better at working smaller scale than something like this.
Now that would be interesting. I just hope he doesn't go to change his aspect ratio because of the time.
Oh, I hate that, dude. I hate that.
Yeah, because
I
know you hate that about. Huh? Yeah, I know. But it wasn't filmed back when The Witch and
it was older.
Northman, yeah,
it was older. So that'd even be more appalling.
Well, you could have had, that if you said if you said that, it'd be like, oh, go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, this dude is time stamped with the films that he makes, right? He likes to go back.
It's gonna be old.
He likes nothing modern, right?
Nothing modern. It's gonna be old. But I hated that he did that with the Oh, that's why that's running like it is. Okay, give me a second. I was like, why is our power's a little lower than
battery dying?
Yeah, we got plugged in. But yeah, so what you got next, man?
First movie that I saw is Metal Lords. It's on Netflix right now, and 2 friends pretty much form a heavy metal band to compete in the Battle of the Bands.
Mm-hmm.
You have Hunter and his friend Kevin. Hunter is kind of like a rich kid that's like a plastic surgeon and stuff, and he's kind of a brat in a way. And Kevin is like his best friend and the drummer in the band. They need a bassist, and they come across a student that was in marching band that got put out. She was a clarinetist, and I think she played the bass, not the bass, the bassoon, not the bassoon, the cello. And Kevin ends up being kind of becoming friends with her, and he wants her to be in the band, and Hunter really doesn't want a girl in the band, pretty much, and a cellist at that. But overall, I like this film a lot.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The cello is like the big violin, yeah?
Yeah, it's a bass. It's an upright bass. That's basically a cello. But overall, I like this film a lot. I feel like I've seen this before, like in the 80s. It was kind of felt like a throwback type story, but I had fun with it.
Yeah, I'm getting Detroit Rock City vibes,
right?
A little bit,
yeah,
a little bit, just that younger kids hanging out with metal. But yeah, this was on my list, man. I forgot, man. I've been busy, but I definitely mentioned it on my Weekend Entertainment Guide when it premiered, so I'm gonna go and check it out, man.
And it's some
dropping. I completely missed the mark.
Yeah, and some mental health issues that come up too that they kind of put light on, and overall I thought it was a real good film.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And it's a Netflixer, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Metal Lords.
And this is and the writer on this was D.B. Weiss, and he was one of the guys that wrote and produced Game of Thrones back in the day. And I guess this might be one of the first of his films that
Yeah, he said he had affiliation with.
Yeah,
he said he had affiliation with Harold and Kumar too, right?
I don't think so.
That's what I want to say at the beginning of the trailer. It said,
that's just in the poster. Yeah. Harold Kumar. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, hell yeah.
I forgot to go back and watch that one, man. We'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
What do you got, Bob?
Yeah, so first film I have is an IFC film. You know what I'm saying? I'm still ain't catching no checks from them, but I still love their films. But it's a film called John and the Hole, and it dropped for us on August 6th, 2021. Just got the DVD from Walmart over the weekend, so that was cool. And as far as the synopsis goes, it's a coming-of-age psychological thriller that plays out the unsettling reality of a kid who holds his family captive in a hole in the ground. And the synopsis is not really giving us the layers that this film really has. Yes, it is about a kid that puts his family in a hole, but what it doesn't tell us is this underlying dark tone that this film really has. Like it carries the same kind of tone as, I would say, like The Good Son, or even The Orphan, something like that, where, you know, when you watch an adolescent kind of premeditate to do harm or to do these wrong things, it kind of plucks a certain kind of chord, especially when it comes to, you know, the film watching experience. And like this one,
Good Son kind of shit.
Yeah, and this one does that very well. It did that for me. I actually watched it twice because the first time I watched it, I was like, man, am I missing something here? Because it was kind of hitting a little heavy in the way that it twists and turns. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and you know, I think that, you know, the subject matter, even though it kind of takes this certain approach, it kind of has this like I said, this certain tone to it where it shows that, like, overprivileged, or, you know, because this kid, he comes from a wealthy family and everything, and where, like, overprivileged youth, when they start to feel like bored or unenthusiastic about life, they start to overextend their reach to kind of do things to maybe catch certain kind of feelings or emotions that they might not get otherwise. And this film really hits heavy on that, and that's why I really, you know, I really enjoyed it because it was hitting on those notes. And as far as, like, the acting goes, my man that plays John, who's our lead role, is Charlie Shotwell, and this little dude, like, he commands the screen when he's on there. I mean, he looks ice cold. Like, for him to be, you know, so young, as far as you know, a young actor and everything, the way that he embraced this role. And
I feel like that might be a little bit easier for kids, because I look at kids' eyes these days and I don't see no spark of life.
Yeah,
no signs of intelligence.
Yeah, he looks empty, and that's the thing about his character. Like, it's like, dude, like, he seems so, like, subdued and so you know, standoffish, but also confident and comfortable in the lifestyle that he's living. Like, this dude, he puts it on the scale and definitely hits heavy on both sides. And, you know, all in all, you know, the story building, it kept me tense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, man, what the hell's gonna happen next? And once it starts twisting and turning, I was impressed. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't a film for everyone, but for, you know, for someone like me that has seen, you know, the amount of films that I've seen, I like the approach that they took. The atmosphere was great. The imagery was solid, and, you know, I liked it enough that, you know, I'm glad that I bought it. I watched it twice. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, John in the Hole, man, check it out. You know,
that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Excuse me, is it back on me?
Yeah, man. There's the alley-oop.
All right. so my next one is gonna be the unbearable weight of. But now let me wait.
Massive
I'm
talent.
gonna put that one on the end. We're gonna say that to the end because I think me and Corny have seen that one. So I'm gonna go with Cypress Hill. This is a documentary. It's called Cypress Hill: Insane in the Brain. And this is on right now. It's only on Showtime. So if you want to check it out, you can get it there on demand, or catch it when they're showing it live. But this is a dope documentary. It's a documentary directed by Estevan Oriol, who also had his own documentary on Netflix premiere earlier last year, I think. The LA, what was it called? LA Originals.
Oh, yeah. The one about cartoons.
Oh, yeah, we saw that last year. Yeah, we saw that last year.
Yeah, that was a dope.
So he's the photographer that was featured in that documentary, and he's directing this documentary on Cypress Hill, and it's just a great piece of work, man. Like it's like Cypress Hill is probably one of the best rap groups ever, but it's easy to just forget them. They get lost in the shuffle sometimes when those lists come up, but they've steadily consistent. They've been there from the beginning, and they've had their own sound, especially for the Latino side of hip hop, and just really being dope in general, man. And also one of the things they highlight is them being one of the first musical groups, modern musical groups, to take up the pro marijuana stance and being advocates for legalized marijuana and stuff like that. But it's dope, man. It gives you the history of them, how they formed, a lot of archival footage and videos, which Estevan Oriol has, a lot of photos, just a lot of and a lot of dope interviews. Because what's great about this, they're not just talking about them, but they're actually in the documentary themselves telling their own story. It's not just someone narrating and telling things, but there's so many guests also chiming in here. We get Ice-T, we get Cheech and Chong, we get the band themselves, as well as Chuck D and a bunch of other dope hip hoppers, and it just covers their career and even some stuff I didn't know about, man, like including Sin Dog's issues and that he had that would have him disappear pretty much after the second or third album came out. He was gone from the touring, man. Something about that tour life just didn't gel with them, and they kind of get into that. But it's just dope, man. It's just really a cool piece of art to watch. It's one of those things you're watching. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that song, man. Like, yeah, it makes you want to just go and jam out and listen to their music and listen to it. But it's really dope, man. It's definitely if you got Showtime, you can watch it there. It might, after that Showtime run, maybe it'll get wider. You'll be able to rent it on other platforms. It actually might already be available on other platforms. I think that's what the thing was telling me as I was looking it out. But check it out. It's called Cypress Hill: Insane in the Brain.
That the documentary LA Original, whatever. That was 2021. We was in lockdown then, aren't we?
It was either 2020 or 2021.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about it. I remember that.
Yeah, it was on. I remember watching it on Netflix, but I don't know. Last 2 years seemed like they kind of jumbled together.
Yeah. Some of the details definitely. But yeah, check this out though. It's pretty dope, man. And for what I understand, Showtime they're doing this 2-year celebration called Hip Hop 50, where they're putting out a bunch of hip hop related programming and documentaries such as this. So there's probably going to be a lot more to come. I think that's dope of them.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. But let me check the date on LA Originals. Yeah, that was 2020, dude. You're right. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it's been a long time, bro.
Y'all remember we watched that? I was getting a tattoo done, man. That was super dope, man.
So, what do you got?
Is it on me or
Corny? Go ahead, Bob. I'm gonna talk.
All right. So, the last film I have yet again is another IFC film. So, I could put my address on this.
I don't think you look at anybody else's movies.
I do.
We need to have them as a sponsor because you be throwing.
Yeah. I would get an IFC shirt if they broke off some residuals, but nevertheless, this is actually an older film. It's called Sightseers, and it dropped back in 2013. But I heard good things about this film, so I tracked it down, got the physical media of it, and as far as the breakdown goes, it follows this young guy. His name is Chris, and he wants to show his girlfriend Tina his world, and he wants to do it his way on a journey through the British Isles in his beloved caravan. Tina has led a sheltered life, and there are things that Chris simply needs her to see, but it doesn't take long for annoying tourists, overbooked campsites, and Tina's meddling mother to spoil Chris's dream. Now he is out to prove that hell hath no fury like a vacationer scorned. That's what the synopsis says. So pretty much breaking that down, they go on a little road trip, and anyone who crosses their path that is annoying or just like just messes up their vibe, messes up their fun in any way, shape, or form, they take them out.
Oh, sure.
Really?
Yes.
So they become murderers.
Yes, my man Chris, like he's catching bodies like it's the thing to do. You know what I mean? And he's taking her along for the ride. And like this is a prime example of what I would view as a good dark comedy. Because I mean, there is a lot of comedic value to it, but it is definitely gritty, and it touches on certain things that he's like, oh wow, I don't know if I should laugh at that, but it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? And I think that they did that very well. And the chick actually that plays the girlfriend, Alice Lowe, she did another film not too long ago called Prevenge, where she was actually the writer and director, and it's about some pregnant woman that starts catching bodies as well, like she's taking dudes out, and she was pregnant while she did the film. But this is actually the film that she was in that jump started her career. And this one, for it to be like
Revenge is on Shudder.
It's on Shudder.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah. It's I like this one a little better, but I thought it was cool that she did that whole film while she was pregnant and everything, about a pregnant woman that wants to take dudes out and kill them for doing wrong by women. I was like, cool. But for this one to have such a low budget, this is probably one of the best like B-rate low budget films that I've seen in at least in the past 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It's the acting is great, and the atmosphere, like you're watching them go on this fucking journey through the hills of Britain, and it looks very visually appealing, and the way that this film portrays itself, it almost is something like you would see in like National Lampoons, except they start taking people out, which that gives that underlying grittiness to it that makes this film like separate itself from other films that we see in the vacationing family style realm.
Honestly, I think Clark was gonna take some people out if they at Wally World.
Oh, the Clark.
It got pretty dark at Wally World.
It did. And that's the thing where like this dude, what's his name? Chris. He does what Clark wanted to do, but just wouldn't. You know what I mean? And he does it with a Colgate smile, man. And that's the thing. Like, I'm so happy that I got this film on DVD, because this is one that I'm definitely going to double back on probably a few times, not just because of the subject matter, but because of this comedic value that it has. And the story it's just so off the wall. You know what? It reminds me of that film that you told me about, Corny, Deerskin, where the story is just so. It's like, dude, am I really watching this? But after the credits start rolling, you can definitely see yourself watching it again. Like, all right, this is one of those kind of movies. You know what I mean?
It was crazy as fuck.
It was crazy, and this one hits on the same notes. The acting is great. The atmosphere is great. I feel like the director, Ben Wheatley, he knew what he was doing, and he executed his plan almost to perfection. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, yeah, he's one of my favorite directors.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
and not for nothing. I know we talked about Rotten Tomatoes earlier in the show. It's getting heavy reviews on the critical side and the audience side. So anyone who takes the time to watch this film is definitely getting enjoyment out of it. Which I'm with them. You put me right in that group because I definitely thoroughly enjoyed this film, and I strongly suggest anyone who can watch it or get a DVD or stream or whatever the case. Check out Sightseers, man.
Bob, have you ever seen Free Fire?
Free Fire.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, I don't think I have.
That's a film by the same director.
Word?
It's a gun deal that goes bad.
You said a gun deal that goes bad?
Yeah. It's an arms deal that goes bad, and it's funny as hell, and it's a lot of. It's an insane movie. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
I'm gonna check that out.
Is it Brie Larson that's Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
She's in it. The guy that's in District 19 is in it. District 9. What's the guy?
The main guy.
Yeah, he's in it. Let me look it up real quick.
Is this more recent?
It's actually on Showtime right now. It's
2017.
2017.
24.
Oh man, I might check this out tonight because, like I said, this director, man, I love his style, man. It just he definitely he has a very unique approach at the way he does things. So I'm definitely
with Free Fire. Okay, I forget how to pronounce that guy's first name, but it's Copley. That's from District 9. Brie Larson, Armie Hammer, Cillian Murphy. Let me see who else is in there that I noticed. Those were the main people. It might be one or two other actors in there that you just see around, but I love that movie.
And just out of curiosity, is it a IFC film as well, or is it a?
Oh, it's
A24.
It's A24. Yeah.
All right, awesome.
But it says it's on Showtime.
So you said Showtime?
Yeah.
I'm checking that out tonight, bro.
This was up. Oh, so what you got last, man? I guess you got the last one, Cornelius.
Oh, I just was gonna do what's that? The massive weight.
We'll do it then. We'll do it.
Oh, this hurts my heart. I so bad.
I forget the damn name of this movie. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Okay, in this film, Nick Cage is playing Nick Cage, and he's pretty much how Nick Cage is, just pretty much trying to pay bills and making as many movies as he can.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of having problems landing a role, and his agent, played by Neil Patrick Harris, sets him up on a job just to do a birthday party, show up on a birthday party for this rich guy. Rich guy's played by the Mandalorian's Pedro Pascal, and it just goes from there. Overall, I just think it's one of the things too about the film is we have Tiffany Haddish and Ike Barinholtz in this film playing CIA agents. They are pretty much saying that Pedro Pascal's character has kidnapped somebody, and they pretty much recruit Nick Cage to infiltrate, the house and try to find a kidnapped person. Overall, about this film, it was a fucking trip. I had so much fun with it. Nick Cage, how I want to say this. Nick Cage. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if we really get the real Nick Cage in this, or it's a put on. But you know, it's kind of brilliant how he's.
Like
Yeah,
I'm the dude that's playing the dude. Like,
he's dude playing the dude. Yeah, but I had so much fun watching this. I actually saw it like a week earlier than everybody else, you know, because of AMC. But the two of them have a trip. They get like high on LSD. They all of a sudden want to write a movie, and you know, all the while Nick Cage is trying to find the kidnapped person. But what do you want to say about it, Corey?
I liked it, man. Like, it's probably up. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people haven't seen that. The Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum film. I can't even remember the name of it right now. The Lost City.
Yeah, there you go.
But it
I was gonna say Romance in the Stone.
It had the same tone as that to me. You know, it's just a fun, you know, adventure, man. And honestly, after I finished watching this, I said I would like to see Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage do another film together. It's just something not related to this, maybe another like a buddy comedy, because the chemistry was there, man. And I had a few instances where I had belly laughs, but for the most part, while I was watching this film, I had a smile on my face the whole time. Just sitting back and looking at the ridiculousness of it, because like Cornelius said, man, the way the plot goes is you know, Nicolas Cage gets recruited by these agents, and they're trying to tell him that Pascal's character is this really bad drug lord and drug dealer. And we realize he's not, but at the same time, Cage is convinced that he is, so he's dealing with him like he is. But you're just like, yo, but that's not that guy. And it leads to some really funny moments, man, and a lot of overreactions. And yo, is that his real life ex-wife? I don't know Cage's history that well.
No, I don't think that's not his wife.
Oh, okay. I was like,
and I don't really know if he has a kid that old or not.
Yeah, because that would have been crazy if they did that part two to get her to be on board with it. But it was a fun adventure, man. And
wasn't there a point where he was married to Presley's daughter?
Yeah. That was way back. But I think he's married to someone else now. But it was crazy, just the inside jokes and the jokes about his own career, and then the spirit of what character is that movie from? Because I don't remember that.
The what?
The one he keeps talking to, the version of himself, the younger Cage.
I had to see the movie again. It was just a wild version of itself.
Yeah, because it looked like they were using that
version of itself.
They were using that de-aging technology because he was playing both parts, but it was really wild, man. Yeah, but it was a fun movie, man. I definitely had a good time watching it, man, from the beginning to the end. And it comes into that conclusion, man. You know, it's just a fun comedic conclusion.
So, like I said, I remember bringing this trailer up, and I'm chomping at the bit to see it. I'm so disappointed that I haven't seen it yet. I just had a busy week going on before I saw this. But is it safe to say that of the 15 films that Cage is going to drop in 2022, this is going to be top 3?
I mean, this is only one.
I'll say this about Nick Cage, and like I tell y'all, I've never seen him be bad in a movie. He might be in a bad movie, but he's always good in the movie. Yeah.
So that's how I'm going to find out how many movies he's got coming out this year.
But one of the things about him, he knows that what he's doing. He's aware of him doing all this shit because it comes up in the film. Mm-hmm. It's he has a sense of humor about himself, and I really like that about him. You know, it's almost he's up there with like who's the singer? He's almost like when Timberlake's on Saturday Night Live. He can make fun of himself and having fun about it. And I really could appreciate that with an actor like this in a role like this.
Yeah. So apparently in 2022, we've also got The Retirement Plan, The Old Way, and Butcher's Crossing that are coming that have Nicolas Cage in them. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, we think he's done a lot, but the most he's done, to be honest, was probably 2019. Like as far as being in movies. 2018 is deep, but it's a lot of voice acting as well.
Even with 2017,
2017 he got 5 films in, 4 films actually. So 2016 he did a lot though.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, my man is working.
Yeah,
I mean, and not to take nothing away from
2019 looked like his busiest year though. Recently,
Yeah,
he did Grand Isle, Primal, good lord, Kill Chain, Running with the Devil, Color Out
Running
of
with
Space.
the Devil was good.
Color Out of Space was good.
Was
Score
good
to
as well.
Settle.
Yes.
And Love and Tosha. So
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and not for nothing, like one thing I appreciate about every Cage film is when he does that Cage Kirk out. Like when he really gets like,
he kirks out of this. He kirks out of this.
Cage goes crazy like nobody else I've seen on film. You know what I'm saying? And he does it almost the same way, no matter what role he's playing. And I love that about him.
yeah.
I tell you what though, like he was doing a lot of these straight to video films, but at the same time he was in like Spider-Verse. It's
he was a noir Batman.
North Spider-Man.
I mean, he's got recognition, and he'll get I just would like to see him get another high profile role.
I thought he was going to at least get nominated for Pig, and he got cheated on that nomination on that.
He
film.
did. He did. Yeah, but then again, I think that film flew heavily under the radar. You know what I mean?
The Academy should not recognize that.
I mean, because he didn't get all John Wick. He got all like Gordon Ramsay and shit.
No, I liked it, man. It was entertaining. Like it's one of them ones that probably starts hitting the TV rounds. If it's on, you'll probably sit for a minute and watch a scene or two.
I've never seen a revenge flick where somebody's like, you know what? Instead of kicking your ass, I'm gonna make you a plate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Anything else you guys want to mention? Because I think we're done. I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything else movie related I want to mention. I can talk about some other shit, but I don't think this is the right show.
Bob, I'm dead serious though. You need to watch Free Fire. That is
I wrote it down.
That is a fun film.
I'm on that tonight, bro.
Damn, Spud Webb is the same size as Patton Oswalt. There's a commercial on right now.
I was about to say, good conversation shifter, bro.
But that's it, folks, man.
Where did that come
We're
from?
going to catch y'all next week. So this has been another From the Canopy Film Show. It's been Monk. Catch me at Monkey Blood on Twitter, Instagram. Follow the podcast, show, whatever we call this thing. Follow the theme at From Canopy on Twitter.
Anymore.
From the Canopy on Instagram, man.
And this is Bobby Blockbuster. You can catch me at Bobby Blockbuster 118 on Instagram, or leave a message on any of those websites that Cory just mentioned. And if you say something cool, I'll make sure we get back to you. If you say something uncool, I'm probably not going to say anything.
We got to add a voicemail to our thing sooner. I'll get around to it.
I'm Cornelius Bros. You can find me on Facebook, Cornelius Bros, on Instagram, Cornelius Bros, on Twitter at Cornelius1976, and on TikTok, where I probably watch videos and stuff on. I don't never post anything, but I'll be there.
How about this? The first person that leaves a comment about how Corny leave a TikTok video will get something from us. You know what I'm saying? Be it a video, a digital code, something, a movie-based puzzle, something cool. Leave a comment about how my man needs to make a video, and we'll get something your way.
Thanks for putting me on the spot. Thanks for putting me on the spot, Bob.
I think we've been hearing that at some point.
Are you on TikTok yet?
Yes,
Me? Nah, I'm not. But you know what I'm saying? We've been hearing that you're supposed to be making a video for like 2 years now, bro.
No, I said
I would like to see. I would like to see what the first video is gonna be, even if it's just watching grass grow. I just,
yeah, dude. All right, y'all, we out of here.